Everybody, it's your monster back again with Opus Gaming, and I'm here today to bring you guys a little bit of Nats testing. We're going to be testing a little bit of the Crossheart versus Hydramon Bloom Lord matchup. These are two decks that we both have been kind of leaning towards for our Nats contenders, so we want to see what the matchup was like. It's very, very interesting, that's for sure. But starting off on game one here, I believe it's the Crossheart player that's going first, and I think oh yeah, and he goes straight into Shoutmon, into the Taiki. That's pretty much the best start that he can get, because now he's going to get the Tamer to hand and slot underneath like a Sparrowmon or something like that, because I'm sure he doesn't play that many Sparrowmons. Or is it Sparrowmon? Sparrowmon goes to hand, slot under the extra Druidmon, both Tamers to the bottom. I'm sure he has other Tamers in hand, and that's the reason that he did that. So hatching the Argomon on the green player side and revealing top four, I'm going to take the Palmon because I need a rookie. I didn't open one in hand. And then just going rookie and raising, draw one. And we hit the level 4, which is really nice because I don't think I had a level 4 in hand either. And we're just going to go, thinking about sending our opponent to 2. I wonder if we did have the red Vegemon in hand. Our opponent starts off at 2. They draw. Raise up and swing. Checks 2k and just saves underneath the Taiki. That's just so powerful. We'll see if he has like a Star Sword or anything like that that's going to come down. I think that's Shoutmon and Starmon. If not, I'm sure he just develops his board with another Tamer, plays out like the blocker or something like that, and then just passes turn here. I'm sure this one isn't. Oh, sets out the memory Tamer. That's even worse for me. We'll see if I have the Ayatarmon to raise up and try to make an impact on the board. If not, maybe we hide in raising on this turn just because we're not looking to be too powerful. So we have something. Let's see what it is. It's going to be self-tap for Digisorption. Argomon is very, very powerful. I do like the card. Do we have the Bloom Lord to accompany it, though? That's the question. We can pop the memory boost here. I think we just needed the extra card. I can't really... Oh, I do have the Hydramon in hand. It just is rough because our opponent doesn't have any cards on board. So even with Hydramon in hand, it doesn't feel too powerful. But we hard play a Vegemon for 4 and go down to 0. And then from that board state, we're going to go not Common Meramon. We're going to HBD, rest down the Vegemon, and go up into the Hydra. So that is a little bit rough, but I need the extra cards in hand from the resting of the Vegemon. And I also just need to set myself up to have a level 5 without putting my opponent on 5. So we burn the HPD there just to keep tempo, and it's just unfortunate that we can't have like this really big pop-off turn, but our opponent just doesn't have any cards on board, and I just didn't feel like we could wait in that situation. Maybe there are some game states where you just stay in raising, but we just need the additional card cycle that we get from that additional hatch. The Crossheart player is going to be hatching another one of the yellow eggs. Digivolves it into a Sparrowmon. He can take his time here. He's not too threatened. He doesn't even really want to be too aggressive here with the redirect and them losing memory. So forcing me into a game state where I have to attack his life is actually really good. So he's going to choke me at 1 just by playing out the Shoutmon to search for another Tamer and another Cross. So he gets to cross 7, I believe, and he sends the Starmon to the bottom. So I unsuspend and I go up to 2 memory. We get a little bit of cycle here. We're going to go into the Pomamon to draw, and I'm pretty sure we're just going to leave that Pomamon in raising because we want the effect. Swing at security here because we need to start building a board and set up for our Hydramon, our Hydramon effect. We get out the free Palmon that picks us up a +1 as well, so this is going really well until we hit a 13k in security against Crossheart. Kills our level 6 right away, and it decimates our board presence, so that's unfortunate. To be able to recover from this, honestly, it's going to be pretty difficult. You can just go into the Bloom Lord and bounce back to your turn and try to just be aggressive through this. But I think I end up trying to go the control route, but maybe that would have been the better play, just to go into a Bloom Lord that checks 2 and then present game on the same turn. Playing out the the Vegemon, passing turn over to my opponent. He's going to go to 3 with his memory Tamer and just move up. Here I know he wants to be aggressive without the Hydramon on board. That's the biggest thing that was slowing him down. So now he can push through a redirect here with no problem. Swings at, I'm assuming, my security maybe, or maybe he just swings at my Palmon. I think I'm thinking on the redirect here. It's really hard to decide whether I should redirect and just give up the card and save the life. And I think that I should have done that, because losing the life here kind of comes back to bite me. The cross-art player is just kind of thinking of how he wants to aggress the turn. I'm not sure what the optimal way to break my board is here. I'm assuming you would just kind of want to swing the Shoutmon into the Palmon and then just go into whatever after that, but we'll see what he ends up doing here. Because you can just save the Shoutmon, so it's not really sacrificing, but he chooses to tap the Taiki, go into the Starmon Straw Sword, or the Star Sword Shoutmon. It'll pop my Vegemon. Or I guess it pops both. I'm not completely sure. I think it's through the inheritable effect as well. And then he just swings out here. He hits a Mimi, and I can no longer redirect. Plays out the Tamer to bring out the green blocker, rests to gain a memory, and now I'm just in a really rough position. Losing that Hydramon, losing the kind of board presence, really gave him the opportunity to just go wide and swing onto my board here. A Nidhogg here would be really nice, just because he wouldn't get as many save effects and things like that. It would set him behind on card tempo, but I don't think we have access to that, so. Game 1 is looking a little bit rough. We're searching for cards here, so we're going to tap Mimi and go into a Pomamon, I believe. Okay. Analyzing our opponent's board, just seeing what we can swing into, how much we can kind of, how much we can wither down our opponent's board and give them a little bit less options, but we'll see what we can do. Oof, just checking the hand over and over again. You know, that's when you don't have that many plays, or you're not, either that or your plays are so good that you're not sure which line to go with. But here, I think I'm just grasping at straws. So I'm going to swing there. He is going to save the Starmon and send the Shoutmon to the trash. So I Digivolve into the Hydra here. I mean, that would be a play because I get rid of the Shoutmon, the rush guy, so he would have to have one in hand, I suppose. We'll see. So we hard play the Palmon here, trying to get a couple extra bodies on board. We do get the +1 with the Bloom Lord, which is nice. But putting our opponent to 4 wouldn't be that bad, because there's only one memory more than their memory tamer is going to give them right away. But we don't want to give up the Vegemon, or the Cherrymon's redirect, so I think that's our biggest issue, but I don't think we have another play, so we have to. Yep. Hydra. Suspended bottom. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I probably should have crashed the Pomamon into an extra body there as well, and then just suspended the Palmon, but yep, with nothing in security, and then he also had the cross in hand, so it was just rough. I asked him if he had the extra shout. He was like, yeah, I was just gonna shout 5 there if you didn't get there. So that game was an unfortunate loss. I felt like swinging into security really lost me the tempo that I built there, and that was really the biggest defining factor, because I feel like I could have stayed on top of his board otherwise. But swinging 13k felt kind of safe. We had the Argamon inheritable, so we really wanted to get that triggered, and I don't think I had other ways to get my Digimon suspended, so those were the biggest factors there. But if you guys made it this far into the video, like, subscribe, comment down below, do all the things. I'd really appreciate it. We're growing, so we're just trying to get to that 500 subscriber count, and we're going to be actually doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and I'm going to start revealing things at 500 subscribers. So that's going to be part of the special. What we did last time was introduce these voiceovers at 250 subscribers, and I've been having a lot of fun doing them. So we want to keep growing the content, but I want to grow the quality of the content without having it be like locked to the subscriber count, because it really stops you from doing things that you want to do now. So as opposed to doing that, we're just going to work on the bigger giveaway. So if you guys like that type of stuff, comment down below. Let me know some things that you guys want to be given away, because I'm picking up things in the meantime, in between now and then. I have a bunch of things I'll put to the side already that I have for reveals and stuff, but we'll continue to do that as we continue coverage. But getting into game 2 here, I think that I want to go second just for the extra cards, but you don't want to give Crossheart the extra advantage. This deck is so controlling that I think that you can get away with going second though. So he hatches a yellow card, goes into his Hydramon, one of his lower count Crossheart cards as well. So it's unfortunate to see something like that so early, but he doesn't have a tamer to start, so that's a good start for us. We'll go into the Hydramon just to burn a rookie that isn't a vegetation that we can bring out later for free. And then we just go straight up into the Hydramon, putting our opponent on 3, and also burning a Vegemon, but getting the trade-off of the Hydramon is huge. If we have a Palmon in hand, that'll come back to save us a little bit of resource. So swing into security, 5k, hits a memory boost. That's really unfortunate. That's not what you want to see for the first swing, but here he can also put us down to 3 security, so it's going to be a trade-off. Instead of putting us down to 4 security, he hard plays another Sparrowmon because he doesn't want to just hard lose the Digimon. We'll raise up and rest down for the Palmon. Palmon's going to reveal 4, adding us. We do get the +1. I think we might get the Sunflowmon here and just pick up the Bluemorn. It would probably be better to get the Hydramon just to have the variety on the level 6 slot, because that's so important, but we'll see what we do here. We'll try to go wide with the Sunflowmon almost right away, I'm assuming, to help us afford our Bloomlord play. And then we'll get rid of 1 card with Bloomlord, do a little bit of damage, and just limit our opponent's resources. Actually, that's really just all we're going to do here. So we're getting another Palmon. That's a bigger problem for our opponent. Now we can pick up a second Hydramon and just keep the pressure on here. And we're picking up all these cards essentially for free because we need the board presence. We'll pop memory boost here and just go straight into the Bloomlord, I'm assuming. Or I guess we don't have to burn the memory boost here, huh? Digivolve for 4, put our opponent to 3. Or to 4, rest down, gain 3 off of Bloomlord and gain 1 off of Hydramon, and unsuspend Bloomlord. Here we're gonna get piercing, and we're gonna hope to not hit a tamer. That's gonna be the biggest deciding factor on this swing here. If he's gonna be able to swing tempo back into his favor, he'll be on less life than us, and we'll have a slightly established board here. So checking 1, checking 2. With no tamers, that's beautiful for us. How do we finish out this turn? We want to give him as little memory as possible, so we do pop memory boost here and go to 2, Digivolve for 3 into a Cherrymon. Now we have a slightly protected board, and we have him on no tamers. So with the way the board is now, we're threatening lethal on our opponent's turn because we'll swing with the Cherrymon, hopefully not die, swing +1 with Bloomlord after that, and then just go for game with Palmon. There's a few things that can go wrong in that line of play, but we're really protected because it'll be our hatching turn, so we can put something in raising. He has to hard play a Durandamon there instead of playing a tamer, because if he lets that go through, he knows it's most likely the Cherrymon won't die on the first swing, so he has to get rid of the small guy. We put the guy in raising here, and I know that our biggest factor here is we're going to try to slow our opponent down and not go for game quite yet. Here comes down the Mushroomon for 2, going down to 2. And then we Digivolve for 2 into the Sunflowmon to get a little bit wider of a board. This way we don't have to push with anything extra, and we can get out a security check +1 from the Bloomlord. Yep, we get out the Pomamon. Do we suspend Pomamon for Digizorption or something here, maybe? We gain a memory from Iotar and draw a card from the Sunflowmon inheritable as well, so really, really good tempo here. Thinking about swinging right here, but yeah, we do go through with the swing. Swinging for +1, he hits the memory tamer. Really unfortunate for us, but at this point, it's going to be hard for him to get back at us with just the memory tamer. Swing at security again just to put him on 0, and then we just go for the Bloomlord here. Bloomlord's going to have enough because we put him on 3. Right, draw, and then Bloomlord would gain us back 3 because we suspend on the Pomamon, and then we swing for game. That was a really clean finish on my side over there on green. We really saw the things that we wanted, and our opponent just bricked on Tamers. He didn't have a way to save, and he didn't have a way to pressure us back. So with that kind of board state, you just keep the pressure on your opponent. It's a pretty simple matchup in that sense. So only when your opponent bricks. Going into game 3, we're kind of hoping for, even if our opponent doesn't brick and he can kind of put bodies on the board, we want to be making smart decisions with our Hydramon plays, getting rid of key sources on our opponent's side of the board, as well as like hopefully hitting some Somdi Santis to lock our opponent out of Tamers. We'll see if we're able to, but that's the game plan. I know for Crossart, they want to get at us before we're able to swing back at them. They have a few security bombs here that can hit us, but at the end of the day, with the Hydramon deck, you do have to get your cards suspended. So if you have to swing at security, that's just an unfortunate way to have to do it. So we'll see what happens here going into game 3. But right now, I think people are setting up for a pre-release for Digimon while we're playing this out, because we got our boxes like up before the event or whatever. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I think something kind of funny happens, but we'll see. Starting off the game here, I think that he wants to go first, so I get second again, and that just gives us access to more resources, which is something that we need with green. Yep, he's gonna go first. Did you evolve into a Sparrowmon again in raising, just getting that one of, and then also starting with the Taiki. So that's gonna be a really aggressive start for our opponent, which puts us on a back foot before we even hatch. But if we can go up into Hydramon on our first turn, that catches us up. So let's see what we get to start out. We hatch. I see an HBD in hand, which is really cool. We do have the rookie Terriermon. We get rid of having to go into a vegetation down there. So using the Terriermon as a start is really nice. Revealing top 4 for vegetation. We get the level 4 here because we don't have one in hand, I don't believe. We do have to get rid of the Hydramon, which really sucks, but we want to choke our opponent, put them at 1, slow down how much they can do on their next turn, and force them into another turn of setting up, because we got to set up with a Hydramon. We do top deck the Hydramon on the draw there, so that's really lucky on our end. Swings into security, hatches, gets blown up in security, and goes underneath the Taiki, plays out the yellow tamer to play out the Durandamon minus 3k on the Palmon, and passes turn at 2 and draws an extra card because a cross-hearted card was played. Going into my turn, I'm on 2, and I really want to see an Hydramon, but I don't think I have one. Do I raise up here because I have to and try to make some plays? We'll see. So I do raise up. What do I have in hand that makes it worth it? Okay, so the Mushroomon to go down to 0. HP did to go up into a Cherrymon. And what do I do with the Cherrymon? Do I go into... No, you can't really go into the Hydramon here. So I swing at security because I got to get it suspended. Fireball. Fireball hits the Mushroomon, so now we can't go into the Hydramon, and that really sucks. I think what I was talking about that happens here happened. All my Dragon Ball cards that were on the side here, because I bought a bunch of cards, just toppled out over. So that's why you guys see me moving around so much stuff and not seeing that I just got hit by a freaking fireball. Registering that, I'm sitting there like, okay, that's fine, because now I can do nothing because I just hit a fireball. Just really unfortunate. I guess at the end of the day, the way to order of operate that turn, well, no, because I never would have digivolved. It's hard. It's hard to say what I should have done. We play out the Vegemon to try to set ourselves up to at least be in a situation where we can gain extra memory and at least extend our turn on our next turn. But we're in a bad state because our opponent has so much aggression, and we don't have we didn't out the Durandamon to limit our opponent's resources. So they still have access to everything that they did before. Putting them on high memory as well is just unfortunate. Play out a Taiki, burn up a little bit of that extra memory, and get access to resources. Here we do get a Shoutmon. I wonder if he needed that to pop off. And then the Green Tamer to hand. Maybe he plays out the Green Tamer because it'll just cost 2 to get the green guy out. Swing security here. I didn't redirect because I was just uncertain if he was going to try to go for a little bit more of a rushdown strategy and bring out some of the small guys. So I could have taken all of his security and then just sacked my body if I had to, but I should have, because now he's just going to swing into the body with a bigger body. Oofed. So I believe that one is cross 4. I know it's the old one, and then he's gonna swing into, yeah, Cherrymon. I was like, oh, you sure you don't want to go to for? Oh wait, no, it's piercing. That's why I went for life. So it's piercing, swinging into guy, checking 1, activating effect, sending himself back, unsuspending the tamer, and he's gonna put things. I think the best thing is to go into the yellow tamer to unsuspend, just to conserve your resources so you don't have, yeah, leave that one suspended, put everything under her. You separate out where your sources are and everything as well. And it's looking pretty bad for the Bloom Lord. Losing your bodies and losing things in the security swings is really, really rough, but it's something that you have to play that game. You have to kind of risk it, and I gambled and I lost. So lost a lot of resource, but we're going up into an Hydramon, I believe, and oh, nope, no such thing. We're gonna play out a Pomamon, set our opponent to 3, and yeah, our opponent's gonna have enough resources here to just swing out with everything. So swing into security with Sparrowmon, check Sunfilmon. How do you follow this up? Maybe he doesn't have enough resources to go into or to end the game, but he will be putting a lot of pressure on me here. I'm gonna definitely be going down to 0 here. He cracks the little guy with the Star Sword as well. So I have no board presence, I have no security, and a level 4 in raising, just pretty much the worst place to be in. And then he'll put me to 2 at the end of the day, as well as getting another card to hand with the blocker. He's on 4 life, and I just concede here. There's not too much I could have done there, I don't believe, to kind of follow up there. So I'm not too mad about conceding there. Looking back at the game state, I think that it was a little bit unlucky that I hit so much bad stuff in security, but at the end of the day, a lot of decks are gonna be running security bombs. So when you don't have those inherent ways to get your cards suspended, and I just don't think there's quite enough in Bloom Lord yet to really warrant that. But maybe I just gotta tweak around my ratios a little bit and swap a few things around. Let me know down below if you think that you're gonna play Bloom Lord at Nats, and let me know kind of what you guys think of the matchup. I think that Crossheart as a deck has been picking up a lot of traction. A lot of my friends have been playing it and seeing really good results into the meta, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot more people picked up the deck and kind of were doing that kind of thing going into the meta. So let me know what you guys think as usual down below. Sub if you guys aren't already. But this is gonna be Jamonster with Opus Gaming, and I'm out. Take care, guys.